trying to do a connect at this point, right?
Yeah. For that one, it's connect. For these ones, it's starting live mode and streaming.
Oh.
With the Wi-Fi? I mean, those ones are connected to the default.
It's telling it should go to, yeah, I get it. I agree. Like it's giving this the right information, right?
Yeah. Looks like the flashlight's still
Bummer. Let's do our job with the action cam and be on site for the other things, and I guess we continue to troubleshoot. We don't really have time to do that right now anymore, do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And that is the end of our meeting, and we can now begin our racing program. We're going to bring up the open women to the rail right now for their first race tonight. It is a win and out to start our evening. Welcome to the Velodrome. It's Jerry Baker, Memorial Velodrome, hosting our second week of preseason racing here in 2024. So glad to have you with us. This first field coming up now is getting set for a win and out format. We'll get them started from the rail here in just a moment. Again, thank you for making your way out here to the Velodrome to support our riders here at Redmond. Or, of course, if you're tuning in on the YouTube, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for tuning in and joining us for tonight's event. It's just our second week. A little chillier, a little cloudier tonight. Smaller fields than maybe last week. A lot of excitement and hype between that opening preseason week. But we're still here. We're still riding. We're still racing. It's going to be a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Some instructions here at the rail for our riders, and then we'll get them underway. The win and out, it's about going fast on a certain lap. There's two formats we race here pretty frequently. If you've been a fan of racing at the Velodrome, you might have seen the Belgian win and out. And then, of course, you have the regular win and out series here. Riders are going to hear a bell. After they hear the bell, the first rider across the line will get pulled out of the race. And the order in which they get pulled out, of course, depending on which format they're racing, will get them their finishing order. The win and out will start out of the turn 4 here in a moment. We're in the neutral still. They'll hear the whistle to start racing action. And we'll get this race underway. And racing now underway. First lap, 12 on the cards left to go in our open women in the first race tonight. The standard win and out pays to be fast at the beginning of the race. So riders that are feeling strong tonight on this very first event, they're feeling like they got a lot of power, a lot of speed. They're going to want to go for this early bell, as it will be determining the winner of the race. After only a couple of laps completed, they're going to get the bell, signaling the sprint is underway for first place. The next time you hear a bell will be a sprint for second, then a sprint for third. The last bell will be at 1 to go, and will be the sprint for fourth, fifth, and of course all other positions finishing at the same time. Early speed pays off, although it can be a big gamble here. This is the first race of the night, so all the riders are at their freshest. If there's any first place that a rider might think, you know, this is the one I could go try to jump up over some athletes that might be a bit stronger than me right now, I think I might be able to go for it. This is their opportunity to try to make a splash here and see what they can happen here early on tonight's race. Coming into the bell for their first sprint now. Here comes the sound of the bell ringing as they hit the home straight. Our first sprint for first place. Edwards on the front, number 1, 2, 3, leading things out. Here comes one of our younger riders, Sarah Lynch with the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team, takes over the front spot. She's got Scoville on the wheel as well as Williams. If you were here last week, you would have heard me talk quite a bit of these two athletes that are in the second and third position. And here comes Ruth Tomko as well coming in the mix. And one of our juniors coming on strong to start 2024. Scoville will take over the lead spot as she overtakes Sarah through turn 3 and comes onto the home straight in the lead position. Trying to take the win, Williams and Scoville fighting for first. Williams has nice acceleration down the home straight. 101. Pretty clearing away on that one. Gets the thumbs up from the officials. Confirmed. Williams confirmed. Across the line first. It is official. Scoville looking strong out of turn 4. The vet takes a nice run at down the home straight there. A good overtake in the last 100 meters. She'll make her exit once it's safe to do so. The race continues without Williams, and now the race is on for second. The next time we hear a bell, first rider across the line will be in second place. Seeing 8 to go next time around. Bell's ringing. Riders already getting set to go. The rider with that pink helmet, Ruth Tomko, getting active in that first sprint. You see Scoville there, the rider second across the line right behind her. They're still staying at the front. Thinking they still got enough jump in those legs to try to take another run at it. Alexander for the Team Mama Bears team comes underneath there. Takes over the front spot and gets things back up to speed. No rest here for the sprinters. Coming through the turn, it's still Alexander on the lead of this lap. Going to be hearing the bell shortly. Here they are on the home straight. Second place next time around. First rider across, second place at 7 to go. And there goes Ruth Tomko again. Another attack, this time all the way from 400 meters out. And they'll bring with them Scoville with the orange helmet, was watching that wheel thinking Rue might want to make a move at it. Tomko looking around thinking, okay, this is a tough position to be in. Scoville holding onto the wheel nicely. The field stretched out behind them, but they've left the rest of these riders in the dust. It's going to be a 2-up sprint as Scoville taking a nice run at it now at turn 4, trying to do what Williams did to her just a bit ago. And a nice textbook move here for Scoville off the wheel. Will find second across the line. Another one of our junior competitors of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team getting a little bit of love from the home crowd as she comes well across the line early and gets the confirmation. Tomko making some good moves in 2 of these sprints. That's a lot of energy spent. It's going to be tough to try to pull out another sprint for third. They've looked very strong here in the preseason so far and trying once again to be very active, very involved here in the early goings, but nothing to show for it yet. That means that's going to be energy spent without any payout, no points, nothing else to show So gonna have to go back into the field just for a second here, catch their breath, and get ready for the next attempt. Next time we hear the bell, it'll be a sprint for third place. Riders, we got the Cat 1-2 men on deck, ready to start the win and out. Many of them already rolling around in the warm-up circle. Tomko guarding the front here from above the blue line, looking around as Edwards down underneath her, watches her overtake as the field comes back together again behind Rue, who's been an instigator of a lot of these moves. Now just hanging out on the front with the rest of the field, saying, go ahead and pull us through. Tricky part here is don't do too much work anymore. Try to make someone else go for some sort of move. It's been Rue to do all these first attacks now. Maybe someone else might want to make the jump, and it's Lucy. Gilchrist is trying to sit on that wheel, thinking maybe they'll go for yet another attack. Bell ringing now for third place. Coming across the line next time around. Third place at the line next time. It's still Tomko on the lead. Gilchrist right behind. Charlotte Westover trying to hold coach in place here. It looks like it's going to be Edwards and Charlotte Westover side by side down the back straight. Tomko continuing to show some good power here from the front of the group, with Gilchrist trying to come out of the sprinter's lane and overtake through the turn. Now coming out of turn 4, Gilchrist going to do what so many riders have done before in this race and come around onto the home straight. Edwards and Gilchrist. Edwards with enough speed. 1, 2, 3. Edwards gets the nod from the officials and will make her way off in third place. Gilchrist almost having that one. Tomko playing the lead out rider for a couple of these sprints. That's got to be a tough spot to be in. They still have an opportunity to compete, but you can now see this has just completely shattered this group. We'll look at the front here. That rider coming onto the home straight is Charlotte Westover, the rider with that orange bike. The next closest riders, I see 2 coming onto the home straight. That's going to be Tomko, and probably feeling pretty gassed here from all that effort, joined by 2 more riders. That's Gilchrist coming alongside her. Jasmine Chuang, number 231. That makes up our group of 3 now going into turn 1. They're going to have to figure something out here if they want to go back and get Westover. A nice move by the junior, who's already gained about 100 meters now. And that's going to be quite the effort to bring her back. That's Gilchrist trying to do some work right now for this group, trying to hold on to our leader, who's just not coming on the home straight. Under turn 3 is Gilchrist on the lead of the effort, trying to hold on to our runaway rider. Getting the bell at 1 to go. Westover, number 111. Next time around, likely will be in 4th place. This field, about 150 meters off the pace of our speedster for the Jerry Baker Juniors, Westover. 1 to go for all the riders coming across the line. Our final lap here. Tomko jumps out of the field, trying to make this catch work, but it's just such a far distance. This is just setting them up for a 5th place finish overall. We'll come back now and cheer on Westover for a nice attack there in the chaos. Takes advantage, and a great final 3-lap effort for Westover will give her 4th place and a finish. That's well done. Tomko, all this work tonight, still manages to find 5th with a nice strong effort this evening, and that'll be it for all of our riders. They'll exit on the back straight. Well done for open women. So many young riders in this field. Again, so many of the Jerry Baker Juniors competitors showing up after their training and off season. And we're getting the signal. Cat 1-2 men to the rail. Track is clear for our next race. We continue with another win and out for the Cat 1-2 men. Now called to the rail. Cat 1-2 men for the win and out to the rail. Starting our neutral here for the win and out. The rules are the exact same for this group. The first rider across the line after just 3 short laps will be your winner. Second bell for second place third bell for third, and of course your final bell at 1 to go for fourth, fifth, and all the rest of the positions. All our fields a little smaller this week, but still a good showing for the Cat 1-2 men. I think we heard 18 athletes lining up on the rail to start this one. Still a pretty good sized group here for the Velodrome early in the year, especially on a cloudy, cooler night like we're having this evening. What a weekend we had a week ago, my goodness. That was beautiful weather and really big fields. You want to go back and watch the action, you can on our YouTube. Revisit all the fun at our channel, JB Velodrome on YouTube, streaming every week. And the group will get the whistle. 12 to go. Couple laps from now, we'll hear a bell. The sprint on for first place. Again, what a great opportunity to get a win tonight. Only 3 laps of effort needed. And with a big size field like this, expect pretty good tempo here throughout these first couple laps. Any riders with that mixed effort, they're going to want to keep the speed on. If you let it go too slack, the top speed sprinters in this group will have too easy of a time finishing this one. So some decent speed here to open things up, although I'm surprised it's actually kind of bunching up at the back a little bit. Maybe some of this not getting a lot of respect yet for our little lead group here, but they're starting to pull away at 11 to go. Grinsel, number 18, the rider in pink, pulls up and around as he brings out a group of 4. The field's all still within striking distance. They'll start to close things down again, not wanting to get this lead group too much leeway. And that speed will basically bring us all back together again in turn 3. And now the setup for the bell. Look at the movement already starting to happen in the field. Look along the rail especially. Some riders from the middle starting to reposition themselves, and we are underway. The sprint on for the win. Found Cycling, that's number 20. Brandon Russell tries to make a big move along the rail. He reads the speed of the group really well. But unfortunately, he's got another challenger coming down the back straight. Look out for this great acceleration out of the field. All the way back for about 50 meters. Great acceleration from Waterline Racing. As Tyson Danielson, been away from the track here a little bit in the end of last year. Has been putting up with a few injuries here and there, but coming back with some real top speed here tonight. Was ready for that one. Danielson lays into that attack very well, holds onto the wheel of Brennan Russell just long enough, holds on through that turn, comes over the top, and he'll make his way off. And now we see the field's got themselves a bit of work to do. At 8 to go, Brennan Russell's got about 150 meter lead right now. Found Cycling pretty happy with the position here, could still get a top 3 finish. Second place is not that far down track now. Number 7, Merrick Gallagher of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team. Another one of our young riders making his all the way up here into the Cat 1-2 field at the end of last season. Leads the field for a moment. They bunch up in turn 2, maybe realizing at this point that's just too big of a gap to try to go to catch. Here goes 2 of our riders from the Coalition Cycling team. Your leaders here in the bell. Brennan Russell is just about to hit the finish line. Still a pretty good gap. On pace to likely get second. The chase is well underway. Look at the speed here from the Coalition Cycling rider. Sam Frigo, number 24, thinks he can catch. He's got great acceleration, and I think he'll be able to make it right up there. He brings with him some challengers, though. This race is not over for second. Down the back straight at Sam Frigo. Merrick Gallagher makes the jump. He's trying to hit the wheel at top speed. He'll make a nice hit through turn 3. He'll take over at the front. Frigo's already done. Gallagher responding really well. The timing of the junior, impeccable. Frigo with a great move. He closes the gap quickly. Gallagher smells some blood in the water. He jumps all over it. Frigo has to reset. That was a huge dig for the rider from Coalition Cycling. He'll have to find an effort again here after a couple laps of rest as he rode the momentum up to the front. Russell's lead evaporated so quickly under that attack there. And it's Gallagher in the end who takes advantage of all that action at the front. We've got ourselves just a moment to catch our breath. A bell next time around. This will be for third place now coming up. That's Austin Hildreth, number 28, that took the lead, with now Scott Grinsel trying to get a little fancy here away from the field. And look at this. We look back at the field. Not a lot of response here to the Dyna Racer. He might be able to get away with this scot-free. Get it, Scott Grinsel. Come on now. And the jump here for Mr. G at 4 to go. Looking pretty good. The field getting the bell now, coming on the home straight. Another one of our Coalition cycling riders, number 11, Andrew Lynch. That's a long ways to go, though. The catch, not likely to work out for him. The field just kind of letting this one roll away as well. And yeah, there's just not a lot of energy in there to go catch what's already happened here. Grinzel playing it very smart. He's got all this space on the track now. Another well-timed attack and completely ignored as he came out of the field. Grinzel, number 18. What a move. Number 11, that's going to be Andrew Lynch, second across the line, still in the race, but in a really good position here. And here comes the rest of our field. Premier Racing at the front there is Mario Sandoval, number 2. Currently leading the field, who's not showing a lot of energy to go make this chase right now. They're going to be competing for 5th. If they stay where they're at, we got one rider off the front. Again, another 100-meter or so advantage to the lone rider, about 150 meters off the front. As the field not looking in the mode to get organized, Lynch is in a great position to close this out with a 4th place. There's just not really a chasing effort going on right now. And the field just kind of starting to get themselves set for the finish at this point. They're going to be sprinting for 5th at 2 more laps to go. Kind of sitting wide across the track, showing it's time to catch our breath and get ready for that last attempt. That last effort. Good space here for our leader. Lynch going to be getting the bell, about 200-meter advantage now. 1 to go for Lynch on his way to a 4th place finish. Not really anybody that's going to be challenging that. And out of the field, we've got ourselves a big jump here from Dyna Racing. Jamie Park, I believe, making the big move, number 30. Well ahead of the bell. Still trying to get a top 5 finish tonight. Leaves himself a nice gap here. Nobody able to respond quick enough here. That's a nice gap, and I don't see anybody closing that down in time. Your finisher coming onto the home straight for 4th overall. Here's Lynch finishing the race off very nicely. And behind him, Park with that jump just a lap ago. No problem for the rider in pink. He'll come cruising across number 30, 5th overall in the race tonight. And a really well-timed move out of the field. Our riders will exit on the back straight as the race is all concluded. Riders exit on the back straight. And it looks like the track should be clear. That's our last rider. Cat 4 is to the rail, please. Cat 4 riders to the rail. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Jerry Baker, Memorial Velodrome, hosting Friday night racing every single Friday, starting at 7 o'clock through the summer months. Our off-season just ended. We had our first week last week of preseason. We're down to week 2, and then, of course, next week we actually start the regular season with kickoff. That's right. We've got the beverage garden opening up the food trucks and, of course, regular season points all starting 1 week from today right here at the Velodrome. Check your weather. Of course, anytime it's raining, we do have to cancel, as that's a bit of an unsafe condition for our riders here at our facility. Otherwise, you can expect us every week from here on to the end of the summer, 7 o'clock, Friday night racing. And the signal will roll out for the neutral lap now. Another win and out, this time for the Cat 4 men. Same rules we've been doing here for the last couple of races. Pays to be fast early. If you can roll the dice and take that first gamble, it's such a big payoff. You get more laps of rest too. You get back to the infield sooner. A lot of reasons to try to go quick on this first event tonight. While they're out in the neutral, don't forget, lots of great racing going on this season. Not only can you depend on us for these Friday night events, we got some special events we host. We got classes, clinics, and more. You can check out all of the great things that we're doing in trying to educate our community and host great athletes here at our Velodrome at our website, velodrome.org, the home of everything Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. Again, the website, velodrome.org, where you can find out more about our race programs, our classes, our clinics, and of course our junior camps, all there on our website, velodrome.org. And the sound of the whistle, racing underway. Don't forget now, we are also streaming live on YouTube. If you're out there right now enjoying the show, hit the thumbs up and that subscribe button. Support your local athletes and the programs here that make racing possible. If you want to pick up the link right now, you're here at the Velodrome and want to know where to find it, you can go to the website, velodrome.org/live. Again, the website link, velodrome.org/live, where you can see our start lists, the finish lists as they come in, of course, all our results. But if you scroll down a little bit on that page, you will see a link for the YouTube that is live right now. Again, the webpage you can go to, velodrome.org/live. Share with your family and friends. Let them know you're watching some great racing here in Redmond, Washington. Host of the 2024 Junior National Championships for USA Cycling. You gotta love it. 11 to go. Next time around, we're going to be hearing a bell for this first sprint to win the race. And already getting a little bit of excitement here from the field as they're getting set for that first sprint. Rounding out the turn, they're going to be hearing the bell shortly as they come onto the home straight. 3 riders wide. It's Logan Lee all the way above the blue line, who's going to try to make a run at it from the high position. 403. Opens up the attack. It's Gabriel Takagi right behind him, number 409. Also of the Jerry Baker Juniors team. Lots of young riders out here. No surprise that Junior Nats are coming our way. We've got a great presence from our riders under the age of 18. Here comes another making a run at it. We've got a nice attack here coming out of turn 4. Great speed coming to the home straight. I believe that's Herrick trying to make the move. And it is Tom Herrick. 401. With a run at it that is unchallenged by several bike lengths as he'll close out the race early for himself, be able to come back in the infield and rest things up as he watches the race finish. One sprint down, a couple more here to go in the interim before the end of the race. Next time we hear the bell, it's the sprint for second. You want to get involved, maybe learn how to race yourself? What a great place to learn. The Velodrome that we have here in Redmond, Washington is known all over the globe for being a nice, gentle curve. You go to watch any other kind of racing, either Olympic racing or even some of the other velodromes in our region, they're all going to be smaller and a little bit tighter, and of course the banks are going to be more extreme. This is a great place to get used to what it feels like to race on these fixed gear bikes, no brakes, no coasting. Kind of that direct drive feel with the bank and all the fun that comes with it, the action and the thrill of racing at the track, and a place to start right here at our Velodrome. You can find classes for youth and adults on our website, velodrome.org. Again, you can sign up for all of our classes on the website, now available, including our junior camps. Bell's ringing at 7 to go. Sprint on for second place. There's Logan Lee back at the front. He'll take the jump from the front. He might as well, he says. I've got open track in front of me. Why not? Field's starting to ramp a little up behind him. It's Logan Lee still in the lead of the lap, coming onto the back straight. Group of 2 or 3 riders will start to line themselves up. A line of 4 hitting turn 3 in stride. I believe that's going to be Takagi, number 409, if I'm not mistaken, coming out of the home straight, will take the lead position in that jumping effort there around the corner. Number 409. That's Takagi making his way out of the race in second. So 2 of these juniors, Herrick and Takagi, last week showing a lot of ability, a lot of smarts, and a lot of strength early in the season. This is a new rider to our Velodrome here, Mr. Takagi. The young rider just came out across the line there, and he's already starting to make some noise himself as a junior rider here in this field. So 2 weeks in a row, seeing some good effort from him. He'll get off and as soon as he looks safe and ready to do so, and get some rest and ready for his next event. As the field continues on towards their next sprint, the next time we hear a bell, it'll be signaling the sprint for third place. On deck, the Cat 3 men for their win and out. Rob's checking in from the YouTube saying JBMV rocks. Yeah, we do. Don't forget you can put on a comment, ask a question during the live stream. If you have one, you can call it a racer. We're always watching it up here. So if you want to leave a little bit of love, ask a question, want to know more, tune into the live stream and drop a comment there, hit the hearts. You can also donate directly through there through our YouTube Super Chats if you want to as well. Give some love to our riders. Bell's ringing in another sprint now for third place. Number 408 at the front is going to be Fred Marshall. Trackmania team in the bright red and yellow colors leads the sprint out for this one. And down the other side of the track, very nicely stretched out now behind Marshall, who leads out. Only really one other rider able to hold on to the effort as they come into the turn. In position to challenge. This is a good sprint here for third. 2 riders up, come around the outside. It'll be enough. Travis Roberts does more than he needs to there to take over at the front, down the home straight. With Roberts' exit, we see Fred Marshall kind of left out alone. We got the field of 5, kind of the middle of the back straight. The leader, pretty far up track from them, coming onto the home straight. Might just be able to kind of keep on the pedals, keep it nice, consistent tempo. The bell rings in just one more lap. It's 2 to go. If Marshall holds on to the position, he'll end in 4th place overall. The field would be sprinting for 5th. Corey Cameron, number 402, leads the field. One of our Seattle area riders. That's right, most of our competitors coming within the Seattle greater area, right in here to Redmond to compete. Our only velodrome in the state. We're also lucky and fortunate enough to have competitors make their way down from British Columbia and sometimes up from Portland to join us here in Redmond. And the bell's ringing for Marshall and the rest of the riders. It's 1 to go. Marshall trying to stay on this just a little longer. 1 to go. Number 413, the rider in yellow is Joe Dangle. 4th to Portland, presented by Smith Racing. It's one of our Oregon competitors just talking about sometimes we draw our riders from down south. Can he close this gap down? The juniors behind him are also trying to jump up and see if they can catch up to Fred's positioning right now, but it may not be enough as your rider in yellow and red had enough of an opening here. Should be able to hold on to it onto the home straight. No challenge yet. It will be Marshall coming in for 4th overall, the sprint for 5th behind him. And it looks like one of our juniors puts it together nicely. William Huang with the Jerry Baker Juniors should find 5th overall. A nice race here for our Cat 4 men tonight. Again, a few less riders than we had a week ago, as it's not the most idyllic conditions like we had last Friday, but still great racing going on here tonight and a good showing for the Cat 4s in their first contest tonight. A few more riders still finishing. Cat 3s are in a standby for just a moment longer. And now to the rail, Cat 3s for the win and out. Our last group to race in the win and out tonight, the Cat 3 men coming to the rail. The Marymoor Crawl on deck. Marymoor Crawl, open to all competitors tonight. The Marymoor Crawl, it will be our next event. And the signal roll out for the neutral now given. Cat 3s, you're on the neutral until you hit turn 4, and then we'll start this win and out. First bell for first place. Last chance tonight to watch this fun race format tonight. We've got some good variety. We follow this up with, of course, the crowd favorite, the interactive, the always fun, slowest lap in track racing, the Marymoor Crawl, followed by some elimination racing. The Avalanche going to be raced by our Cat 4s tonight. We've got points racing at the end of the program. Still plenty more fun to go. Next week, it's the kickoff. That's right, it's a weekend of racing, Friday and Saturday. The main event, Friday night, 7 p.m., will be better than tonight. I promise we're going to have the full show in swing. That includes the Beverage Garden here, Poststock Brewing, Locust Ciders, our beverage sponsors here yet again this year. The food trucks rolling up to serve the food. It's going to be a great time. Yes, the sound of the whistle. Racing is underway. First bell in a couple laps. Seeing 12 to go. The win and out. Just enough riders for this to be a nice mixed skill group tonight. I see a couple of overall strong riders, some field sprinters, the riders that are going to come out of the group, but when they're already going fast, we'll make it faster. We got some true spinners in the mix, riders that would rather kind of go from the slower speed and hit you at absolute top speed. They got the big muscles for those big fast finishes. A couple different ways to win this race tonight. Guarantee, though, you're going to have to be at the front after just 2 more laps if you want to be in a good position. And here comes another one of the speedsters from the field. Waterline Racing sending forth number 305. Wyatt Paul with a strong week last week, coming in here once again. See what we can do in this win and out. He's going to try and win it the hard way, a little bit of a longer effort, but this lets nobody in the field even put together a plan. He's just going to put all that effort, that speed, that preparation, the athleticism on show right away. He's going to make it an 800-meter effort. Wyatt Paul getting the bell in a great spot now to pick up the victory. You pick up the early dub here tonight in this race. Again, it's more rest for the next event. And Wyatt Paul is an overall competitor. He has got good top speed, good endurance. So if he can get some rest here, it'll make him even more threatening for the races to come. Paul can even cruise it in after that nice acceleration on the previous lap. No challenge there. The next rider at the front, number 308, coming across the line is Josh Sherfrey, all the way from Mill Creek, Washington. Now also in a great position. He's got several more laps before that bell is ringing, though. He's going to try and stay off the front here before he can get brought out for second. The field giving him lots of breathing room at the moment. As they pass under the Stanley sign, kind of riding at the blue line. Not really fully organized still. Sherfy trying to keep it consistent, maybe even accelerating since the last time we've seen him. Good tempo from the leader. 8 to go. Mike Jors takes the high road all the way around the right side and will take over the front. And you can see the front of the field now starting to respond to Jors, who pulls them a bit more into action. Your leader gets the bell. Plenty of room for him. 125, 150 meters separates our leader from the rest of the field. And at 7 to go, I think they're realizing that as well. There is no reward for sprinting right now unless you can catch that rider. They're just not going to be able to do that in time. So they're already starting to kind of look at each other in preparation for the next sprint. A little bit of action at the front here, though, now as we go down the back straight. Colston Cycling trying to make a run at it here, but I'm not sure, maybe not aware that there's a rider in front of him. It will be this rider coming across the line now at 6 to go. Sherfy, number 308, gets written into the books. One attack after another, though. It's going to be another rider from Coalition is Kevin Ulrich. Doesn't mind that it's not a bell lap. He's just on the go here. Ulrich taking advantage. The rest of the field maybe not feeling like it's time to go. Oh, and Ulrich is taking the exit here. Again, I'm not sure if he knew his teammate was out in front of him, but he'll make his way off. So he had good position, but without being at the front of the race, that's just going to be a DNF. Rest of the field here all together. No one off the front, really. A couple of riders off the back of the pace. Not looking to make their way in anytime soon, as they are not letting off here on the tempo in the main field. Snowblin for the group pulls up and out of the way. Mike Westover in the green takes over at the lead just in time for our next bell. This time a sprint for third coming up. Third place at the line. Serge Malikian, number 399. The rider in black with the white helmet. Good turn of the pedals here over the finish line. Will try to take the lead of the lap and looking very strong here in a 400-meter sprint. Not a lot of response from the field. Looks like he's going to be able to cruise this one in nicely. Malikian coming on the home straight. Will find third overall. 3 to go in the race. That's Westover, number 301 at the front of the field. Malikian, the rider that'll be coming on their way out. You saw 3 to go the last time around. 1 more sprint to go. This time it'll be for 4th, 5th, and all the rest of the positions. Our final sprint just a couple laps away. That's Mike Jors at the front. Two to go. Some good energy here of our rider number 310, Justin Pryor, for the Killer Robot Racing team. Hits turn 4 with some good speed high along the rail. Comes back into the lead position. He's going to re-accelerate the group. Jors is watching him, though. He'll try to bring it back together again. Looks like he'll respond quick enough. Bringing with him Snoblin, group of 3, starting to push away from Westover, the group of 4 right behind him. We're seeing 1 to go, and our final bell, 4th, 5th, and all the rest positions. 1 to go. Pryor on the lead. Jors on his wheel. Snoblin right behind. Bunching up into turn 1. Who wants to take the next jump here? Jors sees open track in that sprinter's lane. Takes advantage, and off he'll try to go. Snoblin holding on nicely here. Down the back straight. It's Snoblin and Jors head to head. Snoblin tries to hit a bit of acceleration into turn 3. Now side by side. Snoblin still accelerating here. Jors starting to fall off the pace a bit. Snoblin looking like he's going to be able to pull this one in for 4th overall. Jors will be in 5th. Riders, please exit on the back straight. I believe it's time to organize the crawl. Riders that would like to compete in tonight's Marymoor crawl, we will start getting organized in turn 4. If you're in the warm-up circle, again, we'll be heading over to turn 4 here in just a moment. Marymoor crawl competitors open to all registrants tonight. Marymoor crawl to turn 4. Marymoor crawl to turn 4 now. Head on up. Marymoor crawl to turn 4. Head on up. If you've been out and seen racing before, you've likely caught wind of our local fan favorite, the invented right here at Marymoor Park, the Marymoor crawl, the slowest lap in track racing, the longest lap in track racing. We are going to make these riders stay on their bike and behind the finish line until the bell rings. They have to do so by staying upright on their bike. The only thing they can do is use the power of their legs and that fixed gear bike to keep themselves upright. They can't lean on anybody, put a foot down, fall over, use the rail, any of that other stuff. They also cannot come off of the track under the blue line or across the finish line. They must stay on the racing surface behind the finish line until the bell rings. Once we hear the bell, 1 to go, and off we go around the track for 1 fast sprint. Cash at the line. How much cash is on the line? 25. A high 5 today? Okay, I'm used to always saying cash. It's preseason. We're not making money tonight. We need crowd involvement for cash. There we go. You get the great pride in knowing that you're a winner.
I just heard Surge said $50, 50 for the winner.
Oh, okay. There we go. Up the odds
from Surge.
Nice. All right, up the odds. I love it.
JC just got serious. $50.
All right, so the winner does get cash. That's good to hear. The Marymoor crawl, longest lap in track racing underway. They heard the whistle. The riders have no idea. Oh, geez, there's money already up here. Nice job, Axel. There we go.
Can he stop right there?
Oh.
No, that you're over the line.
Oh, the no hands
track stand.
Ooh.
Oh, missed it.
Uh-oh. Could be within a couple minutes here of time before we hear the bell. Until then, we get to just watch these riders struggle their way forward. Grab a little bit extra cash here and there. Oh, you're comfy. I can see you're comfy, JC. My bad.
All right, I'm going to come back here. I'm actually going to... Oh, I don't want to mess Joe up. I'm going to go hit up Croy over here, returning back since a few-year break. Croy, how you doing?
Pretty good. How y'all doing?
Casual. How track standing seems pretty easy. Are you ready to go when they ring the bell?
Are we supposed to do a full lap after this?
Yeah, one full lap. I know it's kind of crazy. All the way around.
All right, he's like, all right. Oh, there's more money up here.
Oh, shoot.
Nope. Someone's eyeing it over there.
I love that. We're just going to draw a random finish line somewhere out in the field or somewhere on the track. Lots of time transpired. Still no bell.
Oh, there's money on the track now. Hold on.
Uh-oh. 5 riders left. Corey Cameron up here near the front.
Uh-oh.
JC Pyle's been up here for a bit. He's doing some no-hands track stand fun. You're going to talk to JC, it looks like.
I know. JC, are you ready?
Of course I'm ready. What do you mean?
This is your event, right?
Yep.
Whoa! Get out of the way. That was good timing. Born ready. JC Pyle in a good position to make this a very quick lap. And $50 richer for the junior. He was very motivated here. He says he's probably rolling up this going, I don't know. And then Serge says $50 and JC says, okay, lock it in. Here we go. Get out of the way. I'm still in high school. That's $50. Are you kidding me? All right, we've got ourselves a winner tonight. JC Pyle for the Marymoor Crawl comes across the line first. And the track is clear for our next group. We can bring the women competitors to the rail. Women competitors to the rail.
Start it up.
That's right. We got ourselves elimination racing. Riders at the back of the field get pulled every single lap until we're down to just 2, essentially. The last rider really will be your winner. It's kind of weird how it works at the end, but it'll make sense. Don't worry. You'll hear a bell when we're about to be done. There'll be 2 riders left. They'll both come across the line sprinting for first and second. It'll all be good. The elimination, a fun one to watch. We get to watch both the front and the back, although usually the back is where we're more interested in, as that's where we're going to be watching for the last back wheel to come across the finish line. That rider gets called out for the elimination. They'll come out that lap, exit onto the warm-up circle, and be done. The longer you stay in, the higher you go in the placings. As they come around turn 3, we'll get them started in turn 4, as long as it's all together for the beginning. And then after that, every time they cross the line, we'll be on the comms making the call which rider gets eliminated every lap. And that whistle giving the signal that we are underway. Now I'm going to see the lap cards here showing a whole lot of information, because we're really just watching for how many riders are left. That'll determine the length of the race. Luna Mendoza of the Jerry Baker Juniors is the rider off the front right now. Doesn't earn her anything except for a bit of immunity from the sprint that's going to happen at the back. This is actually causing a little bit of energy from the front of the group as they kind of scramble their way back up to her. But that'll pretty quickly settle back in as riders kind of bring themselves back up to speed. We're going to watch the back now, as that's where the call will come. Last rider across. 207 is Leanne Marinese from Team Oregon. That's 207 gets the call. 1 rider per lap. You can take a look at the size of our field and figure out just how many more laps we've got to go. We just work our way all the way down until there's practically nobody left. We'll figure out those top few positions. Still lots more races to go here for the open women. On deck, Cat 1, 2 men for their elimination as well. Looks to be 12 riders still remaining. And Team Mama Bears, ooh. 231, it's Jasmine Chuang. Chuang, number 231. That was close. There is Alexander for Team Mama Bears was looking, she's gritting her teeth a little bit there, need a little more speed to hold on to another lap. She manages to do so right down the center. As often is the case in these elimination races, riders down the sprinters lane are most apt to be removed as they have less places to go than riders that are further up track. Speaking of riders further up track, watch the junior Sarah trying to find her way around the outside and nip someone down there in the sprinters lane. Ooh, I think it's going to work this time. 131 is Alexander. Gets caught out that time. This elimination not sticking to the normal wedge shape that we see a lot in this race. Has kind of been a bit more active at the front. And now we even have a little bit of a snap between what is a lead group of 4 and a trailing group of 6. Sort of interesting turn of events. Your lead group coming on the home straight, no worries there. We'll look to the back 6 here for the last rider in that group. Williams trying to find her position. Ooh, not going to find it. 101 is Annette Williams. Williams, your winner in the win and out, just not quite able to find a window there. Maybe a little surprised by as quick as that closed down on her. And off she'll go. Great to see so many viewers out there on the YouTube. You can get the link to join us on YouTube right now and watch the stream. Ask a question in the comments or just support a rider. You can go to velodrome.org/live, our channel, JB Velodrome. Leave us a thumbs up and a subscribe. Help support the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Seeing our riders here, it looks like number 206. Our Woodinville competitor, Caitlin Switage, making her way off this time. Oh, it looks like we got another starting to sit up. Maybe a bit of a volunteer. Still in the race right now, though, is maybe coming off early. All right, she'll make the exit, even though they're not called out. It's a 2 riders exiting. One was called out. We still have to get one more rider out of the field, though, so an elimination upcoming. Edwards trying to move around above the blue line. Leave one rider out. It'll be 203 this time. 203, Mendoza. 6 riders in the group still. After that sort of unintentional double elimination, speeding up the race a little bit here. Down to 6, almost into the top 5 tonight. Edwards on the back end of this one. Saw her accelerate last lap to take out a rider. See if she can do it again. She's got Gilchrist right in front of her. Tomko, kind of the riders up in that higher position in control of the tactics of the race. 211, Renna Fuller. Just enough acceleration around the top again as Edwards finds just enough running speed to hold on again. 5 to go. Rider-wise, at least, 5 left. Next rider will be in 5th place. Edwards having to do it again with Gilchrist accelerating on the wheel of Tomko. 3 riders wide. Tomko's starting to take a little bit of lead position here. Oh, the rotation coming, a nice sprint across the track. Oh, 111 is Charlotte Westover. Westover. And then there were 4. Westover finds 5th place here tonight. Who's in the race still is we've got Scoville, the rider in the orange helmet. Ruth Tomko with the pink right alongside her, now taking over the front. Behind them is Gilchrist, and the rider in the green, that is Amar Edwards for Team Mama Bear, the 4th rider in that lineup now. As Tomko is at the blue line, everybody's kind of riding single file, trying to get a little bit of breath, a little bit of oxygen back in the system after that very tough last lap. It'll be Edwards pulling off here as they hit the home straight. Will be good for 4th overall tonight. The 3 riders in our junior pairing here coming across the line are still all in it. Tomko on the front. They should be hearing a bell next time around to signal that we're going to be coming down to the final sprint here shortly. Tomko on the lead of the group still at the blue line. They found themselves in that position an awful lot tonight. Here we are again. Gilchrist and Scoville both happy to be on that wheel. Tomko takes over the sprinter's lane. Scoville just above the sprinter's lane line there, right above the red. Gilchrist in a really tight position, nowhere to go. She's going to try to fit herself between them. There's no room. Just left out of space there a little bit. 105 gets the official call. That was a tough position to be in. Scoville keeping the window very small there, made it look like there might have been an opportunity to fit in there, and it just wasn't. Scoville pulls up and says, all right, Rue. My goodness. Tomko's got some serious motor here coming in the beginning of this preseason. Will not be slowed down. Just overall great strength from Tomko, and just able to ride away with this one on the back straight. Good showing here for the juniors. Looking for a win tonight. They'll fight it here. Tomko in the elimination. And we got one more finisher who will finish to make sure she's in second place. Scoville with a nice race here tonight as well. Scoville coming across the line, second overall tonight. Nicely done. And that'll bring up our next group to the rail. The Cat 1-2 men ready to jump up to the rail quickly for their elimination. On deck, we've got Cat 4 men for the Avalanche coming up next. Now on the rail, Cat 1-2 men for the elimination. Good to see some of our athletes checking in on the stream. Galen, Vern, Rob, good to see you out here this evening. And many more of you out there we know watching and enjoying the show from YouTube. Again, our pleasure to bring the coverage to you all. We've been working hard to make this part of our regular offering. And thanks to our donors in the offseason that always help support all of the great hardware and even some of the salaries we have to throw out here to support this kind of effort. It takes a community to build this. So thank you to everybody who supported us over the years to make this possible. We will get the whistle and the sound of the beginning of this race. Good sized group here tonight and a lot of speed from the Cat 1-2 men we saw in their first race tonight. So this elimination already off to a quick start. Next time around, last rider across will get eliminated. Keep your eyes on the back there. You're already seeing quite a bit of movement along the rail. A couple of riders coming up really quick speed through turn 3. Not want to be anywhere near the back. You'll see some rotation there as that conveyor belt of riders continues to sweep around in the back in the higher part of the track. Now look lower and see, 30, number 30, Jamie Park of Dyna Racing. In a tough spot a little bit lower down there on the track. Maybe a bit surprised by everything going on above him. Had a great finish in tonight's winning out, finding himself in a bad spot on the early laps here in the elimination. Number 18 shaking his head is Scott Grinsel. Another rider with a great finish tonight in the win and out. Not having the same luck here in this elimination. Such different races, these two. They play so differently. This is so much about the flow of the field. It's about the positioning within it and how much movement there is, where you can find your place. And it really does pay to be near the front half if you can in the first couple laps. It is so active and difficult in the back of this field. If you're in the wrong place, it just feels unwinnable. As you just watch kind of some things happen around you. That's number 26, Tomko for Center Cycles, number 26. One of our riders that was a little high on the track that time. The top did not come over as much as he may have been hoping for. Nowhere to go. The sun's shining through a little bit here on the evening, starting to kind of brighten our night. It's turning out okay here on a Friday night here in Redmond. Coming in for another elimination. Going wide across the track. Look down low this time, though. Number 5, Carlberg, the Coefficient of Speed racing team. Number 12, Kenny Williams, Center Cycles. Kenmore, the speedster and now coach here in our community, longtime coach, I should say. Kenny Williams found out on that lap. Watch Austin Hildreth there on the back, the rider with that kind of dark blue colored jersey, going to try and move around the outside. And will do so just fine. Leaving out Haldeman, 34. Haldeman, 34. That was a close one there on the back between a few riders, including Sandoval and Haldeman. It'll be the rider for Single Malt Velo. All the way down there is the sprinter's lane. Just barely beat out of the line. Looks to be 11 riders here. Still in the field. Found Cycling already looking down the legs and saying, nope, nothing more to give right now. Number 20 is Brandon Russell. Will make his way off. Still gets the high five in turn 1, though. You gotta love that. Got the fan base here this evening. That's a win. Not everybody's got that. You know? Getting into kind of the top half of the group now. Watch the lower part of the track. It looks like Center Cycles might be out. It's going to be 29, Darlene. 29, Darlene. 9 riders still in the group. Austin Hildreth all the way back there at the back of the group again for the Country Green Turf Racing team all the way from Olympia. An infrequent competitor last year, but we saw a lot of him back in 2022. He's making his way up here again to start this year off. We'll see if he can find another rider here at the line. Looks low again. Coalition, number 11. Andy Lynch, number 11. Oh, our Olympia rider already shaking his head. 28 is going to get the call. Austin Hildreth, number 28. Seven athletes left in the group. You saw some really great top speed for this rider in blue. Tyson Danielson in his first race tonight. Keep your eyes on his finish. But he's got to put up with several more laps here for endurance. He kind of works at the front of the field. We look back at number 19 now. Chip Chase, Liquid Velo Racing Team, ends up in 7th. We're now into the sprint for 6th next time around. This is never-ending sprint, really, every single lap. Another effort, another Herculean effort to try to stay in this race one more time, especially now that we've gotten so far into the event. Look out also for your junior competitor, Merrick Gallagher, winner in the winning out the rider with that red helmet and the black and blue Jerry Baker Jr.'s team. See if he can find his way for a few more laps. 2, Mario Sandoval, number 2, Sandoval. There's him and Frigo kind of close there along the bottom of the track. It'll be Sandoval just barely behind the Coalition Cycling rider. There's going to be your top 5. 5th place coming up this time. Frigo does not want to be anywhere in the back this time. The rider with that teal blue, number 24, trying to push forward a bit here. Tyson Danson alongside of him will look back for the rider in white in bad position, nowhere to go. 27. Martin of the 10-Speed Hero race team. Last across the line that time, will still be in 5th. Now really the cream of the crop competition. Who can make it into top 3? This now for the sprint for 4th. He made it this far. See if he can make it a little bit further. Nolan Adams, the rider in gray, playing sneaky here on the wheel of Gallagher. He's found his mark. He's just trying to hold on to wherever he's going at this point. And then he's going to make his move here at the end. See if he can get one more lap out of it. Adams trying to accelerate around the outside. It'll be enough to hold on for another lap. 24, Frigo eliminated. Frigo, 24. We may only have 2 riders left in the group here, although it looks like Adams is staying on track. So this means that Adams will serve as the volunteer. These 2 riders getting the bell and both still in the race. Your top 2 getting the bell. It's 1 to go. Gallagher and Danielson. This might be a storied competition between these 2 coming through the season. This is a nice preview of some good racing that we can look forward to between these 2 great athletes. Adams now comes across the line for 3rd. Danielson sitting back up off the effort right now, so Gallagher will just take the run. And it'll be your junior rider for the J. Baker Juniors, the winner tonight in the elimination. Very nice race there again for the young rider, pulling some good wins here tonight. The track is clear for our next group. Cat 4 men, to the rail, please. Cat 4 competitors, to the rail, please. The Avalanche is a race that pays to be at the front, much like a tempo or point-a-lap format. Riders at the front of the field will get points, and only the first rider gets points. But the way that we're going to calculate this is based on how many laps that they have raced. After 1 lap, the first rider gets 1 point. After 2 laps, the first rider will get 2, so on and so forth. The Avalanche is unique in that it is also an unknown distance. In other words, riders do not know when it will be over. They just know the next lap is worth more points than the previous. All the way up until they hear the bell and the 1 to go mark. They'll let them know they're finishing up next time around. Winner of the race will be the rider with the most number of points. Tie is broken by a position on the final sprint. Riders get the neutral just like they have all night long. All of our races tonight require the neutral lap. We'll start them out of turn 4 here shortly. The Avalanche for the Cat 4 men. The Avalanche just about ready to start. And the racing underway. Next time across the line, 1 rider picks up 1 point. We'll see how many laps this contest goes for. Jump for the early lead here. Is that going to be a Fuller, I believe, going to make the move for the first point of the race. Jason Fuller, your early leader. Next time across the line, worth 2 points. Again, this just gets more important the longer the race goes for. The tricky part here is the riders just don't know how long to wait before they start getting aggressive because they don't know when it's over. So never a bad idea to go get points in this race format, and that's exactly what Logan Lee's thinking. So he's also going to try to make a jump towards the lead spot. Here comes Logan Lee and Jason Fuller on the home straight for 2. Ooh. Close to call here. Confirming Logan Lee takes it for 2. Next sprint for 3 points. Your leader now, Logan Lee, the junior rider with that blue helmet, takes over at the lead of the race. And you'll find some more. 3 points now for Logan. Your leader with 5 after 2 sprints. Fuller in second with 1. Everybody else without their first points. We continue on here. Let's see who's going to come to the front now. 5 points to your leader as the junior gets caught now by another one of the junior riders. This time the sprint is for 4 points. It's Takagi number 409. Jumps all the way up into second with 4 behind the leader Logan Lee with 5. It's still Fuller with 1. Good for third place overall. Next sprint for 5. No bell yet. We'll know when the race is over when we hear it. Croy Cameron leading this one out, looking in pretty good position to find the 5. We'll bump Croy right up into a tie for the lead. Number 402 picks up 5 in a tie with number 403 Logan Lee, both riders with 5 points apiece. Takagi gets bumped down into third with 4 points, and Fuller in fourth with 1. Everybody else looking for their first points. Good move here on the home straight. Another junior getting active here. So William Wong makes a big jump for 6 points, number 428, and he grabs the lead. That gives Cameron and Lee a tie for second now with 5 points apiece. Bumps Takagi back to fourth with 4 points, and Fuller in fifth with 1. No bell means the race continues. Next time will be good for 7 points. Huang pulls up. The rest of the field in pursuit on the leader. Looks like Gabriel Takagi again at the front, trying to get 7 now. Oh, Herrick says no. 401 is Herrick for 7, your new leader. Herrick with 7 leads. Huang in second with 6. Cameron and Lee both with 5 points apiece. Tied for third. Basically, whoever wins the sprint at the front, if it's a new rider, they're the new leader. Someone can get 2 sprints in a row here for the first time. It'll be a pretty big deal here for the race. And here comes the rider in the white helmet first across the line. Will be Herrick. There he goes, doubling down. That was good for 8 points to our leader. Herrick moves up to 15 now with Huang in second with 6. Croy Cameron, Logan Lee in third still with 5 apiece. Again, Herrick number 401, the rider in the white helmet at the front of the group right now, is your leader with 15. Joe Dangle trying to make a run at it. It'll be Joe with a nice acceleration. 4-9 now. Number 413 moves up into second place with 9. 15 for Herrick, 9 for Dangle, and it's 6 points for Huang now in third. Croy Cameron, Logan Lee with 5 points apiece in fourth each. Joe off the front right now, the rider in the yellow. Right behind him is Herink. A couple riders back behind him. Next closest is Fred Marshall back there in the middle of the turn. Here comes Herink trying to take back the lead. Still no bell with 10 laps completed. Now up to 20 points for Herink. 25, pardon me. Grouping up here behind Herrick, who's pulling off the pace finally and trying to get a little bit of breath here. Joe, the rider in yellow, currently in the second place position overall with the 9 points he picked up a few laps back. Nice jump here. It looks like William Huang wants to get active again. This is one of our up-and-coming junior riders with another great sprint for 11 this time. That should give him second place overall with 17 points. $17 for a second place rider, I believe. That's William Huang. Your leader is still Herrick with 25. Next closest rider is Joe Dangle with 9. The next sprint for 12. This race keeps going on and on. The racing getting so intense. There's the bell. It's 1 to go. 1 to go. Herrick makes a good move for 12 here. Huang's right on the wheel, though. Sneaky riding here from the youngster. He doesn't want to be on the front of this whole lap, though. He'll pull back up again. The chase is coming. Trying to hold on. Herrick and Huang kind of battling it out with each other, but it's going to be the riders on the catch that are going to get up to him first. Herrick trying to re-accelerate. Ooh, get a little tight there in turn 3 and 4. Managing it well enough, though. Some up and down movement, but out of it comes Corey Cameron for the final sprint. Should be enough to bump him up into second overall after picking up 13 in that final sprint. Your winner, though, Tom Herrick, number 401, unofficially with what I believe to be 37 points. A couple more riders still on track. We'll bring up our next group. The Cat 3 men for the elimination in just a moment. Cat 3s are invited to the rail now for the elimination race. Cat 3 men to the elimination. Following them, points racing. Open women will be after them. Open women field for the points race on deck. And our riders off for their neutral lap. It's one more opportunity here to enjoy the elimination. This time, the Cat 3 men taking on this fun format. We hope you're having fun tonight. What a great crowd we're having here, even on this chilly night on a Friday here in the park. We're having a good showing of some fans. I got some fan bases that show up over there in turn 1. We've got lots of folks here along the grandstands for a preseason night. But let me remind you and invite you to come out for more great racing. Our regular season, even more fun. The big kickoff for regular season 1 week away. We expect big crowds and lots of fun. Even more riders, the beverage garden, the food trucks. It'll be a great event. And there is the whistle. Racing underway. Next time around, last rider across the line eliminated. All the way down until the end of the race. Okay, here we go. Ramped up to really good speed here on the opening lap. Flow Cycling trying to find a spot down low on the track. Stan Douglas looking left, looking right, and 360 eliminated. JC Pyle, the back end of this one will go down low. We now look up high for the maneuvering to happen. Ooh, look out for green. 3:01, Mike Westover. The Taco Time Northwest cycling team, I believe, in the all green. It's been a good group here, the Cat 3 men in the preseason. Excited to see how some of these fast riders will fare once they upgrade into the Cat 1-2s, which already has looked very competitive here in the beginning of the year. Lots of good registration numbers in our preseason. Oh, 311's already shaking his head. He knows it's coming. 311 is Campbell Harris. That's right, our racers that do well, they earn their upgrade points. They'll find themselves racing in the next group in no time. And there's a couple of riders in here that we're definitely want to keep our eyes on. Waterline Racing's Wyatt. Paul Wyatt has been very active here in the beginning of the year. He finds himself in the second position down in the sprinters lane, the rider with the blue jersey, that white helmet. See how he can finish here tonight in the elimination. In a very safe position now. 345 is JC Pyle, exactly where he wants to be, just maybe a little too far back, not enough acceleration to hold on for another lap this time. But that's Jordan Green now riding at the back end of the group. The gradient jersey with that white helmet makes his way around the right side. It's Hyun Lee now left out in a bad spot in the back. Dyna Racing. 304. It is a Hyun Lee. Continue to work our way down here now, as I believe Captus finds himself at the back of the field, the rider in white. He positions himself nicely, swings up behind and way up to the rail. Should be okay as he'll accelerate. We look down now towards the middle of the field. 399 right in the center. It's Malikian. Malikian will make his way off as Captus gives himself kind of a bad position there. Kind of pulls up maybe a little too far away. He'll work his way back up though. It looks like we might have a bit of a volunteer here. Captus safe. And 322 will get the call. It's Kevin Ulrich pulling off just a bit early there. 8 riders in the group. Still Captus near the back as well as Green. In fact, Green now finds himself all the way at the back there. It's Wyatt Paul right next to them, riding up high, so Green will come up onto Paul's wheel. And fan out into the home straight. Look towards the middle center of the field. Captus in a tough spot here. 13, Mike Ritter, 313. Ritter. .313. Yep, Captus still in the race. .309. Justin Captus. 6 riders remain. We're about to get into the top 5 now. Still Jordan Green playing in the back end of this field. He's been pretty good with it. Not having to work too hard. Just keeps coming around the outside, coming out of turn 4 down the little slope. He'll try to do it again here. Justin Pryor right in front of him. The rider in white. There's Mike Jors, the rider with the teal blue and then that white helmet. Jordan Green, maybe not have enough run at it this time. And indeed, 306, Jordan Green. Played it well from the back of the field for a number of laps. Just not quite enough speed that time as the whole group really picks it up. Snoblin, been driving the train here for a bit. He's known for having good, consistent endurance, but tonight I'm seeing a little bit more just overall strength from him here. He's been on the lead for quite some time. Still looking very comfortable as the rider down in the sprinters lane at the front of this group. It's going to get hard from here now, though, as these riders are going to really be trying to come around him on the next couple of laps. Nothing yet, though. 310 is Pryor for Keller Rohrbach Racing, number 310. Josh Scherfy now coming to the front as we see finally the motor of Snoblin, who's been working so hard in this race at the front for so many laps, says, I don't think I got enough to really jump against these guys. I'll sit this one up and get ready for the next race. The Snoblin out a little bit early. These three riders all still in. Number 308, Scherfy next to Wyatt Paul, number 305, and Mike Jors, your three in the race. And we'll say goodbye to 303, Snoblin, who finds himself in fourth place overall after leading out the field there for several laps. Scherfy on the lead of the field, gets up to speed, hitting the blue line, drops it down in the sprinters lane. Now everybody right behind him. Jors starting to lose a bit of speed here. He'll pull up. Bell's ringing, one to go. You got your top two now. Jors will be the rider out. Scherfy currently leading out Paul, who says, I'm just going to stick onto your wheel like glue until I'm ready to make the move. This is going to be a tough spot for Scherfy to be in. He'll try to de-accelerate just a bit into the hill. If he's going fast, it's just going to be a better jump for Paul. Paul takes the short lane. Nice jump underneath for Wyatt Paul now, who takes the lead position. Scherfy's trying to re-accelerate back onto the wheel, but Wyatt Paul looking very strong. He's ready for some more upgrade points. Ooh, Scherfy not letting go just yet. He'll still try to run at it. Scherfy trying to hold on. Wyatt Paul looking in good form tonight. 305 with another win. Nicely done for the Cat 3 men in the elimination. They'll make their way off, and up next, and the track is open for our next riders. Open women to the rail for the points race. Points race for the women to the rail. And now we begin a series of points races, all with the same rules. And I always want to give you the quick rundown in case you're new to watching racing here, how this one will work during the neutral lap. The format is like this. This one's called a 4x4, so that means there's going to be 4 times the sprint every 4 laps for a total of 16 laps. Before they're sprinting for points, you'll hear a bell. As they come across the line, the first 4 riders get points. First rider gets 5, second rider gets 3, third rider gets 2, and the fourth rider gets 1. On the final lap, it gets doubled up, 10-6, 4 and 2 for the leaders on the final lap. Points determine the finishing order. A rider with the most points is your winner. Ties are always broken in points-based races on the final lap. We'll see who can be our winner here in the first 4 points races. The open women get the whistle. 16 laps to go. In a 4x4, the first bell will be at 13 to go. Until then, we work our way around the track. Most often before the first sprint, things are going to be fairly standard here. Standard fare, kind of a peloton formation. Riders together, taking their turns at the front, holding a nice consistent tempo. And then the chaos at that first bell tends to pull things apart a little bit. So we'll see what happens here in just a couple laps. That's right, if you haven't heard the news, Junior Nationals, USA Cycling decided to host up with us this year, and we are hosting the big tournament for our juniors. National quality talents for the young riders will be flying into Redmond in the month of August to compete at our Velodrome in no small part thanks to the large membership and improving both athleticism and competitiveness of this junior team that you see all over the track tonight, the Jerry Baker Juniors in the black and blue. Imagine what these fields would look like right now without them here. They are all over the place. And we're really excited to be hosting some out-of-towners here in the beginning of August for Junior Nationals. You can find more information on our website at velodrome.org, or of course head to USA Cycling website online and check out more about the event. You can check out all of our upcoming events as well, and all of the events calendar, clinics, camps, and classes on our website, velodrome.org/calendar, or of course use the navigation bar along the top to see what's coming up during the summer months. We are busy here at the Velodrome. Lots of racing, the most active facility of our kind in the United States, with more events than anybody right here in Redmond. So far, kind of as we called it, the first couple laps, a fairly passive event. It's kind of the idea that we're working as a team, a big team of riders, to work down on the lap cards together, keep the speed consistent, take our turns leading things at the front. The effort is greatest at the front. Riders getting into the middle of the field get just a moment to catch their breath. A little easier when you're on someone's wheel than if you're the first one to hit the win here at the front on the Velodrome. That bell signaling the first chance for points here tonight. 13 to go. First 4 riders will score points. First sprint now getting started. Hitting turn 3 under the Stanley sign will be Rue Tomko, your winner back from the elimination, trying to make a splash in the first sprint. Tomko for 5, Williams 3, Scoville 2, Gilchrist 1. The offseason's been good for Tomko. Getting stronger here since we've last seen them race a bike, and off to a quick start here tonight in the points race. Your leader with 5 points. In second is Williams with 3, Scoville in third with 2, and Gilchrist in fourth with 1 after the first sprint. Seeing 11 to go, next bell at 9. Points racing is always a great way to end a night. It's a difficult race because it's a little bit longer. It requires consistency in speed and tempo. It requires recovery from all the sprints. It requires good top speed so you can compete when it's time to get the points. And it requires tactics and smarts. You got to be paying attention. You have to do a little bit of math. You got to listen for the announcer to give the summary of where you're at sometimes. You got to pay attention where other riders are in that contest so you know when it's time to challenge and attack, or when it's time to just sit and relax in the field a little bit and let things happen. It's a longer race. You got to play it smart here. Always a fun one to watch at the end of a race night. At 10 to go, we will have a bell next time around. Your leader in the group is number 125, pink helmet near the back of the field right now, another one of those Jerry Baker riders. And the winner from our elimination, Rue Tomko, currently leads the race. Next sprint will be our halfway point. Emily Alexander finds her way to the front with the bell ringing, 9 to go. Jasmine Chuang right there, right behind her. As we'll come into the second opportunity for points. Williams tries to come up out of the sprinter's lane behind the leaders here. Now is trying to move her way up alongside of Alexander, the rider in the white helmet. Williams starts to come up to the front. Takes over control in turn 3 with Scoville and Gilchrist right in tow. Tomko falling back a position or two, and Charlotte Westover trying to scramble her way up as well. Scoville wants these points. Looks like she'll be able to put this one together for 5. Williams, I think got 3. Unofficially, Gilchrist for 2, and I think Tomko will get 1. After that sprint, the unofficial points totals have Scoville in the lead with 7 points. Tomko and Williams tied for second, both with 6. And in fourth, we've got Gilchrist with 3 points. Everybody else looking for their first points. One easy way you can support the Velodrome is in our social media front. You can help us, of course, at JB Velodrome with Instagram. Make sure you follow. Give lots of hearts and loves and shares to all the great content we put up there, including great photos, the podium finishes at the end of our nights, and all the other great media that we put out there about our upcoming events and fun we're having here at the Velodrome. Again, you can find us at JB Velodrome. And also support us with the ongoing mission to grow our audience here on YouTube. If you're watching now, you probably are at least enjoying something about what we're trying to do tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Share it broadly with everybody and let them know about what we're doing here. And of course, hit that subscribe button as we continue to grow the audience and have an even bigger reach and effect here on the world, letting them know that this is a very important thing that we do here in Redmond, maintaining track cycling. Coming around the corner at 5 to go, we got ourselves another bell. The leader of the group is Scoville, number 102, with 7 points. He's right in the middle of the field. Now the rider in that bright orange helmet, currently the leader in points. As the bell's ringing, she's about halfway back, but it's only 2 riders, 1 point behind her. She is not feeling safe or comfy yet. She's got to stay active here. Both Williams and Tomko just 1 point back from Scoville's current position, but here she goes. Nice move out of turn 3 as Scoville ramping it up. Isn't done yet, though. Coming out of the home straight. Who's going to find the 5? Tomko's challenging. Ooh! Whoa! Too close to call. I think I want to give it on the inside, but barely. Ooh! That is close. Williams should get 2 as Gilchrist found 1 point, I believe, on the back of it. And the official call coming in to confirm it will be Tomko 125 over Scoville 102 in that previous sprint. We have got a great race here in the open women field for this points race so far. Tomko coming back into lead after that one. They've got 11 now. Scoville in second with 10. 1 point separating these dynamic juniors. Williams is not out of this race yet either. Just a few points back is Annette with 8 in third. So well within striking distance of the lead. Next closest rider would be Lucy Gilchrist with 4 points. Everybody else seeking their first point tonight. This race is between Tomko, Scoville, and Williams right now, it feels like, with Gilchrist still an opportunity to maybe snatch away a third at the current status of the race. And it's number 105 in the middle of the field, trying to figure out if she can get her way up into the top 3. Your leader in the points, Scoville in second, the rider in the orange helmet, right in the middle of the group. The rider with that pink helmet, Tomko, best back a few wheels near the top, close to the railing now. Looking under their left side, looking for the action going on around it. Leading by only a single point, though. This next sprint will determine so much here. If neither of them are in the points, Tomko will be your winner here, most likely, unless Williams can get at the top of it, in which case that could totally change up the finishing order. With 1 to go, we get to settle this fun race here tonight. This has been a good one. 2:06 is Clayton Switage at the front of the race. Not with points yet. Here comes the sprint along right side of her. That's where the action is going to be, is just above the red line. Scoville lining things up nicely. Good acceleration down the back straight. Here comes the follow train of Williams. Very busy there right behind her as it's nice and tight. Turn 3, look out, here they come. Out of the turn, Williams up and out of the saddle. One big attack coming here from the veteran. Now coming in the home straight. And Williams just hold on to this one nice and clean. It looks like she'll be able to. Tomko trying so hard to get good points here, but it'll be Gilchrist on the final sprint for 6. Tomko for 4. And Charlotte Westover putting in a nice final effort. Williams just has another big attack left in her. That's going to give her a total of 18 and the win of the race tonight. Coming back from third place, no question there. Wonderfully executed coming out of turn 4. We are clear on the track. Let's bring our next group up to the rail. Whoa, that was a fun one here tonight. Great racing tonight from the open women field. Saw it earlier on the comments. I think it was our friend Vern Cole pointing out there's great women's field tonight. It was, and big thanks to the those juniors showing up tonight and really throwing down as well. Annette Williams though says, all right, stop talking about those juniors. Great racing here tonight. We've got ourselves Cat 1-2 men coming to the rail now for their 5x5 points race. Couple races left here tonight. We've got ourselves a points race for the Cat 1-2 men, a 5x5. Same rules apply, except that we now have more chances to sprint, and they're spread out a bit more. So 5 sprints every 5 laps, a total of 25 laps here tonight, with 5 laps in the interim between those sprints. But the points totals work the same. It's 5, 3, 2, and 1 at the front, double on the final sprint. And the sound of the whistle. Racing can begin. 25 to go. Merrick Gallagher on the lead of the lap. Couple laps here before this first bell. And similar to what we saw in the previous race, I think for more than one reason, these riders are going to want to take it just a bit easy together. A few, we'll call them mild complaints coming to the rail about the weather being a little chilly tonight. We know, we know. Good opportunity to get warmed up again here as a field before they get underway on their first sprint. They'll stay together for a couple more laps and get set for the first opportunity for points. When the cards are showing 21 to go, we'll get a bell. We had yet another incredibly successful offseason this year. Most important thing that happens in our offseason is the auction. Big thank you to our sponsors in 2024, but especially to our community here in Redmond and to all of our fans that have helped contribute year after year to making the MVA auction a success. We set yet another record in the offseason in fundraising efforts to support the Velodrome and maintain our great programs, grow our offerings here, to support the next generation of riders. We built our rental fleet up with brand new bikes once again to make sure that we've got great bikes on hand for new riders that are joining our family here at the Velodrome. Education offerings continue to grow. We put more money into our development fund to bring people to race here at the Velodrome, and that's all possible because of the great community we have here. There's many opportunities where you can come to the Velodrome and see our great community, really this lively group of people, not just the heart of it, which of course is the racers that come here every single week. That really does feel like family, but also the community around us that supports us. Make sure you make your way out next week for kickoff, where we anticipate even more riders, more crowd. It'll be a great and beautiful evening of racing 1 week from today. The bell is ringing and 21 to go. Let's get these points going here. It's Tomko for the Center Cycles team. Daniel Tomko at the front of the race. Here comes Tyson Danielson now for Waterline, now taking over the front position. And Gallagher dancing in and out of the field a little bit, trying to make his way up to the front as well. He brings Sam Frigo with him. A nice effort here coming out of turn 4 will be Gallagher at the lead of the race. Sam Frigo on his right-hand side now hitting the home straight. Still Gallagher on this one. Here comes Frigo. Frigo will run at it. Gallagher, Danielson, and I believe that's Martin for 1 this time. Your unofficial points totals: Sam Frigo at 5 points, Merrick Gallagher in second with 3, Tyson Danielson in third with 2, and Andrew Martin, number 27, in fourth with 1. Going pretty quick here around the track on the last several hundred meters. This Andrew Lynch, number 11, trying to move things along quickly, pulling things apart a little bit here and thinning out the ranks as he makes that front group just a few riders less strong. They'll try to work their way back up there, claw themselves into the competition, hold on to the front. More points next time around at 16 to go. Gallagher at the front, the rider currently in second overall. Just a couple wheels back there, number 24, your current race leader, Sam Frigo with 5. Looks like he wants to be active here if he's that close to the front. He's getting ready. Wants to watch for any kind of attack that might be coming. Look at the movement here in the field. You can see riders coming from the back part of the group now. That's Nolan Adams that tried to sneak his way up. Didn't make it to the front before Frigo took his own jump at the bike, and here now it comes. Gallagher onto the front. Frigo in behind. Andrew Martin, and it'll be Jamie Park, number 30. Flying in for the single point. That gives Gallagher and Frigo trading blows here. The tie for the lead. I got them both at 8. In third place is Martin, number 27 for the 10-Speed Hero Racing team. Currently in third with 3. Danielson with 2, Jamie Park 1. Everybody else looking for the first points at 14 to go. Next bell at 11. Break of 3 here includes Scott Grinsel, the Diamond Racing team. Kenny Williams, the blue of Center Cycles in the middle. The back end is Jave Chip Chase for Liquid Velo. Our 3 riders off the front. We look back at the group, you can see one of our leaders, that's Merrick Gallagher on the front of the field, kind of allowing this thing to roll right now. He doesn't believe these 3 are in direct contention against him, so I think he's kind of calculating. I think the other leaders are in this group. I'll just let this one roll for a little bit. The break's starting to get away a little bit now at 13 to go. They'll open things up nicely. They're going to stay organized. They're going to stay active. If the field doesn't want to catch them, they're going to get lots of room here and maybe an opportunity to pick up some big points in more than one sprint. This is a pretty good group overall. We're looking back at the field as it's going to be Jamie Park who says, yeah, maybe the guy on the microphone might be right. Might be time to do something. Don't want to let those guys get too far away. So Park doing some work here. The rest of the field will follow suit under the power of the rider in pink. They'll be seeing 12 to go. The leaders are just going through turn 1. They still can see them. Still within good striking distance here. In fact, a really big acceleration from these fast finishers could close that down faster than you might think. As Danielson comes to the front, one of the riders, he was active in the first sprint, not able to get points the second time. He's going to try to figure out a way to get back in this race, but he does not want to pull the field back up. Lynch is willing to do a bit of work here, though. The bell is ringing for the leaders. It's Carlberg getting overtaken by the leaders is in no man's land right now. Not eligible for points as the bell's ringing. Number 5 swings high, and we'll let the action come from underneath. The bell's ringing for points next time. Lynch, number 11, leads the field, starting to pull away from the rest of the chasing riders here as you now have 2 in the chase. Really, it looks like Danielson on the wheel of Lynch will take over at the front. He's trying to get up there. Can he do so? He'll at least get a point out of this. Not sure he's going to get any closer before these riders get to the line. Now we look at our lead group coming on the home straight. Not able to close the gap before. Williams will find 5. Chip Chase for 3. Grinsel for 2. And there is Danielson picking up 1. This break of 3, staying organized. They know they still have a window right now. There's 0 reason to let go of this lead. And in fact, they might be getting a bit stronger here with this big effort. You see Andrew Martin, the rider in white with that black helmet, has brought with him Merrick Gallagher. Those 2, one or the other got the attack started, but either way, they're going to work together to close this gap down. This makes our lead 3, what will be 6 now here pretty quickly. So about to be really the race at the front is going to become very interesting as this field going to be left out of the points at this stage. We see one rider trying to get away. That's Jamie Park. Doesn't want to be out of the race just yet at 8 to go. He's trying to get something going again. When you saw what happened about 5 laps ago, he was thinking the same thing. It's like, we cannot let these guys go. The rest of the field just not really following suit yet. Sam Frigo on the front of the group. Right behind him, trying to bring him back up to the rider in pink. Frigo doing enough work to at least keep it mostly strung out single file. Pretty good speed here. We are starting to see the gap closing down a little bit as they're rolling into the middle of the turn. Your lead group just now crossing the line now. It's 7 to go. That group of 6 kind of working together still. They know that it'd be good to get away from this field. Oh, here we go. Now it's getting a little bit contentious. Off and away we go, and up and out of the saddle. We pull up to speed as Martin, one of the riders, to make that bridging effort just a few laps back, along with Gallagher, now trying to get onto the pedals and really move things along. Williams trying to match suit as well. Looks like he'll be able to pull up onto the wheel of Martin as the bell's ringing. It's Gallagher, Martin, and Williams. Gallagher does not want to pull too hard right now. He's going to try to reset again as he knows he's got the riders on his wheel. No reason to keep the sprint fully engaged now. Grinsel also makes his way up into it. That's the rider in pink in the back of those 4, coming onto the back straight. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. No jump yet from the group. Gallagher sits up for a second. He gets back down on it as soon as we're thinking we're going to get up to speed. He tries to back off, and now he hits it hard here coming out of turn 4. Now he's on the front alongside Martin. He backs off. It'll be Gallagher, Martin, Grinsel, Williams. Unofficially, your leader, Gallagher with 13 points. Frigo in second with 8. Williams now in third with 6 after that previous sprint. 5 points to Andrew Martin. I have him sitting in 4th place overall. Danielson 3, Grinsel 3, Chip Chase 2, Park 1. The unofficial points totals as of now. Couple different groups out here on the track under the Greg cycle sign in turn 2. We've got the lead group of 4, including the current race leader, Merrick Gallagher, in the midst there, the rider number 7 in the black and blue with the red helmet. 2 riders behind him on the back straight. Those are the chasing riders, Tyson Danielson and Dave Chip Chase, now working together, trying to hold on to the group they were once in. They've fallen off the pace just a hair. And if we check on our field right now, they're not too far back either. We see coming into turn 3 some good rotations as they continue to stay in single file formation. They're not willing to give up just yet. They're going to continue to try to work their way back up and stay on the pace of the leaders. Darlene now comes to front, number 29. Dave Magotson, the rider number 15, takes over the front for the field now as well, as they continue to be in pretty good form right now. If not, it's not enough speed yet to close too much of the gap down. They still have not let go. They're not letting this race get away from them too easy. Good rotations at the front, staying active, staying on it. But I think these leaders are just in such a strong position right now. It just does not seem likely they're going to be catching in time for the last bell as the leaders just cross, seeing 2 to go. It looks like that's 5 in the front group. They've caught a rider, so there's 4 on the lead lap. 1 rider's in no man's land. That's going to be number 20. Not eligible for points on this final sprint where he's currently at, but we'll continue to race with him nonetheless. It's preseason. Let's get those laps in. Race fast when you can. And here we go. The chase not going to be coming together here in time. We've got ourselves a bell. It's 1 to go. 2 riders just off the lead. Can they make it here? Gallagher leads up this group of 4, which is about to become 6, as we got a couple more coming up to catch. Danielson doing a lot of work to get back onto this sprint. He's going to try and carry his momentum into this thing down the back straight. From the front, Gallagher says it's time to go. Williams playing a great race here tonight as well. He's managed to stay up in this front group and stay very competitive. He's going to try to hold on here as Gallagher accelerates quickly. Here comes Gallagher, Williams, and Martin, all putting on a great show here to end the points race, but Gallagher cannot be stopped here this evening. Number 7 with another dub, and it'll be Martin coming across the line for 6 points. Williams for 4 on the final sprint. All riders will exit on the back straight as the race has concluded. Riders exit on the back straight. Track is clear for the next group. We'll bring on out the Cat 4 men to the rail for your points race. Cat 4 men to the rail. 2 more races to go tonight. We got ourselves 2 more points races this evening. Another 16-lap event here tonight. This time for the Cat 4 men in this 4x4 points race. Week 2 of preseason racing just about ready to conclude here. 2 more races to go. The Cat 4 men currently on track. On deck behind them, the Cat 3 men for their 4x5 points race. And that'll wrap things up here for our preseason. As the next time we're going to be out here for a Friday night, it's kickoff. Just a week away. Riders, don't forget to get registered for racing through May and June. You can do so online, especially if you picked up the season pass. Nothing holding you back. Get signed up for the races that you're going to be coming to. Let us know you're showing up. Love to see it. And the sound of the whistle. Let's get this thing going. 16 to go in a 4x4. First bell when the lap cards show 13. Your first bell when the lap cards show 13 to go. Another thing that makes its return with the regular season, of course, it is Kitty Kilo Racing. Free laps around the track for the young riders. We're talking the littles can bring out the push bikes, the training wheels, tricycles, all the fun. They can bring them out. Of course, a normal bike works too, as long as they've got themselves a helmet. And they got to have a parent along for a quick signature on the form to sign them up. And then they get out here for some free time on the track. It's always a great time for the Kitty Kilo, and you can check out more on our education tab on the website. That's velodrome.org. Under the education tab, you can see a link there for Kitty Kilo. See all the dates that we'll be offering it here in the upcoming regular season. There's going to be a big push for Kitty Kilo right as soon as school gets out. Don't forget to bring out the youngsters. Again, the Kitty Kilo makes a return here in 2024. Look forward to it during our regular season Friday night sessions. Much like these previous groups, the first laps tend to be a little bit more on standby mode, as we're going to make sure that we get a little bit warmed up as a group, work down on those first couple of laps, and then things will really get heated up once that first bell rings. Riders just about ready to hear that first sound. There it is. The bell's ringing for 13 to go. Points next time around. Tom Herrick, 4:01, will make this a long sprint. He's trying to get up to speed as he's crossing the finish line. Pro Joe Dervik there, the rider in yellow, right on the wheel, heading down the back straight. The field pretty far back here, as it looks like just 4 riders all ready to make a run at it. Herrick, very strong move here for the young rider. 4-1 for 5 there. Number 413 coming across second. So your leader, number 401, Tom Herrick, is backed off the lead pace there pretty quickly. He'll fall to the back of the field. The rider in second, Joe Dengel, with 3, was also at the front there. He actually held on to the pace for quite a bit and decided to let go after a while there. It said, let's get back in the field and recover. In third, I've got Dominic Clark, number 415, I believe, with 402. Corey Cameron in fourth with 1 point. On deck, we've got another great race here. The Cat 3s have been in good form here this evening. They'll be our last competition tonight before we'll start to shutter things down for the evening. Fred Marshall sneaking away a bit off the front. No bell right now, but there will be one next time around. The field letting him roll at the moment, seeing 10 to go. Your leader, Tom Herrick, the junior with the white helmet on. He's back in this group. Letting the lead of the race still kind of sit there out in front of him. Still within pretty reasonable distance at this exact moment. Fred Marshall without any help, all by his lonesome here, but still looking strong enough and well positioned enough to pick up some good points here. 9 to go, points next time around. Fred's in position, number 408, to maybe pick up the 5. We see an acceleration now from another one of the junior riders. Number 409 is Gabriel Takagi. Not going to have the power or the speed necessary to carry him all the way up to Fred. The sprint now on the field is going to be for the 3 points. As Gabriel leads that out right now, he's got William Huang right on his wheel, as well as Croy Cameron. Onto the home straight will be Fred Marshall getting his 5 points. The sprint behind him coming onto the home straight. Here we go. William Huang looking speedy around the outside. William Huang coming out of the group for 3. There's number 409 holding on for 2. Believe the last rider to get points there would have been 414, Brian Powell. Got points all over this field, as I don't think there was a single repeat there, which means I've got a bunch of riders in ties all across this group. We got 2 riders with 5, Fred Marshall and Tom Herrick in a tie for first. In third place, 2 riders with 3 is Huang and Dangle. 2 riders with 2 is going to be both Dominic Clark and Gabriel Takagi, and then 2 with 1, Croy Cameron and Brian Powell. 10 riders with points. That's a 4 sets of ties, 8 riders with points. 4 sets of ties right now for your top 8 positions. I can figure this out. It's a lot of numbers. Fred's still in good position here at 6 to go. We'll get another bell shortly. The field has managed to get a bit closer to your lead rider. Not by a lot, though. Might be in the exact same position he was in a little bit if he can hold on. The field not in chase mode. You can see them kind of in cruise mode right now. Nobody's doing the work to really do the pull. They think Fred's not going to be able to hold on to this position long enough. Maybe they'll just kind of casually catch him, but Marshall not making it easy just yet. Another chance for more points. Marshall still out the front at 5 to go. Nobody to help him. The solo effort here for the Trackmania rider continues to dominate here tonight. Liam Holslander of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team, number 4-4, makes their own effort here to jump up and see what they can do. Still, it's too little too late to catch Marshall, who will draw in the 5 as he rounds the corner. Good move here from Herrick and Joe. Dangle coming out, rider in yellow. It's Herrick in the lead spot, though. Herrick, Dangle, it'll be Joe coming around the right side for 3. Herrick for 2, and that is Croy Cameron, 1 point. And 401, Herrick receives a relegation. Herrick receives relegation for not holding his line in the sprint and will not receive points. That goes to the next rider after Croy Cameron then would receive a single point. Croy Cameron would receive 2 as a result of the relegation. Again, Herrick with the relegation there, points not awarded. Marshall, after picking up another 5, will be your lone leader with 10 points now. Marshall's got 2 riders with him now. So our lead group of 3, the rest of the field coming through turns 1 and 2. Marshall, your leader in points, still has great position against the field. He has some helpers / some competitors now, you could say, contesting him for these points, but at least they can stay away from the rest of these chasing riders as they still have not found their turn of speed to close the gap in time. The bell's ringing. Marshall racing a great race tonight. Can he find a few more points in this last sprint? I think he will. He's got challengers now. Both Travis Roberts and Croy Cameron up here in this grouping. The field only going to be sprinting for 2 points at this stage. Marshall on this final sprint leads things out down the back straight. Look out for these 2 behind him to make the jump. But if I think if our rider in red and yellow can get anything in this sprint, he should be able to hold on to the win tonight. And he will be able to get something here for sure, as he's going to be in top 3, at least 4 points guaranteed. And can he hold on for a little bit more? He's been out here for so long. The catching riders will be able to come around. 10 points for Croy Cameron. That'll bump him right up into second place. Fred Marshall for 6 should hold on to the win. And out of the field, woo, Logan Lee looked like he might have been fined 2 there, but it might have actually gone to the right on the outside. Everybody will exit on the back straight as the race is concluded. Your final lap here for the Cat 4s. Riders exit on the back straight as your lap is finishing. Hold off for another rider. I believe we still have another competitor on the track. 1 more athlete still on the track. Thank you. All right, riders, bring it on up to the rail. Your last race of the night, the Cat 3 men in the 4x5 points race. 20 laps showing on the cards. 1 more great competition to go here this evening. And just in time, man, that sun disappeared, and it's getting chilly out here. In the neutral, we'll be showing 20 laps to go for this 4x5 points race in our last race tonight. Thank you again for making your way here, either in person to the Velodrome. That's, of course, the best way to enjoy racing. The riders can hear you cheer and clap and support them. But if you weren't able to make your way out to the Velodrome, you're just tuning in from far-flung places, enjoying the live stream on YouTube. Thank you again for being our audience tonight. If you're re-watching the race, don't forget to throw that thumbs up and subscribe. Leave us a comment, some feedback, your thoughts about the race, your favorite moment tonight, or any other thoughts you have for us here at the Velodrome. We love to hear from our fans out there, wherever you're at. Thank you for tuning in and enjoying the racing with us tonight. We've got our last race just about ready to start out of turn 4. It's the points race for the Cat 3 men underway. Big move here on the opening lap. Not sitting still. Justin Pryor, number 310, says, okay, the other races we're trying to do a warm-up lap or 2. Not this guy. Off we go. Pryor hits it in top speed here across that finish line to open things up. And immediately the field has to scramble. They're fresh, they're ready. If not a bit on the cold side, on the chilly side. But they'll make a quick response here. Pryor still on the lead of the lap with 19 to go. $18 to go now, and still well packed together. The field, in fact, too wide at this point after they catch the speed of Pryor on that opening lap. After the regular season kicks off, we are bringing back Wednesday night racing. We have 3 nights of regular racing every single week, plus we offer training opportunities, classes, camps, and other things. This is a very active velodrome. It's hard to keep track of it all. Don't forget that you can follow at JB Velodrome on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook by searching for the Jay Baker Velodrome. Great place to get reminders of all the upcoming events. Don't forget also you can subscribe to our calendars. Go to velodrome.org/calendars and scroll down a bit to get instructions how you can subscribe and sync up with all of our different calendars that we offer in the popular Google Calendar format. Again, you can find that on our website, velodrome.org/calendar, to keep track of everything going on here throughout the summer. Field bunching up here quite a bit ahead of this first sprint. Looks a little bit more like the elimination formation here as they hit the turn. They know they're about ready to hear this very first bell of 4. Points next time. Who's going to try to get out to the early lead? Ritter accelerates on the home straight. Got a good one building up here on the back straight as Serge Malikian will come back into this one quickly. Leading out the effort now through turns 3 and 4 as Ritter will have to back off a bit here. Here comes Malikian onto the home straight, still trying to hold on, but the challenge will come from Coalition Cycling. Ooh, oh, Wyatt Paul. It's 3 across on the finish. I believe it's 305 all the way to the outside that'll pick up the 5 points on this first sprint, but that is an unofficial call. We'll review and double check. Whoa, quick move there for Paul. Not surprising considering what we've seen tonight, but still good racing action. And like I said, these Cat 3 men, this has been fun. I can't wait to see what some of these riders might be able to bring to Cat 1-2 field. I suspect pretty soon here in this season. 14 to go. Josh Sherfy, number 308, also off to a great start this season. He finds himself active at the front of this field and also in on that sprint. I think he might have gotten 3 unofficially, with Malikian being overtaken by the other 2, left with 2 points, but we'll get the official confirmation in a bit. Your field, keeping the leaders close. They're still moving. In fact, here goes Snoblin now for Aerotech Racing. We saw what he was capable of on the front of the field during that elimination race. Great motor, good top speed when he has to apply over long periods of time. Good kind of time trial mindset. He'll be able to bring this field right back up and very close to these leaders in no time. And in fact, he's not even slot in the back. You notice that how when he takes his pull, he goes into the front half of that field or even the front couple wheels. When he's ready. Bell's ringing again for more points. Your leader, Wyatt Paul, at the front after winning that first sprint. Josh Sherfy in second with 3, number 308. Serge did end up getting 2 points in the first sprint, currently good for second. Jordan Green found that single point, number 6. Front of the field looking pretty tied up here in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Very busy at the front. Sherfy looking around his shoulder, looking for Wyatt Paul, who will begin to make the acceleration now. It's Wyatt Paul for 5, Sherfy 3, Malikian 2, and Snoblin 1. $10 points for Wyatt Paul, unofficially your race leader. In second, Sherfy picking up another 3 points, moves him up to 6 in total. 4 points for Serge Malikian. Currently good for third place, and 2 riders with 1. I got both Green and Snoblin in a tie for 4th place unofficially at this stage. Westover here, the rider for Taco Time, number 301. Pulling away from the group a bit here, seeing 8 to go. There's the field coming through turn 1, looking at each other, still trying to stay engaged with this lead rider position. They won't let this one get away right now. Looks like they're the smaller group, though. They also know where the race is currently. It's right on the shoulders of that rider in blue with the white helmet at the front. In fact, as he sits down in that sprinter's lane. He knows he doesn't need to go anywhere. Those riders are going to sit right on his wheel. Wyatt Paul dictating the current tempo of this race and having the most points, seeing 7 to go. But Westover currently in the strongest position right off the front. Maybe trying to prepare himself to contest for the next point sprint upcoming here shortly. They'll be hearing a bell next time around. Still sitting side by side at the front is going to be Wyatt Paul and Serge Malikian, and the rest of the field just kind of cruising behind them. A lot of respect being shown here for Paul, who they know has, again, just a nice combination early in the season of strength and speed, so they're going to kind of respect that here. Bell's ringing for Westover, number 301, getting 6 to go, your current leader in position. Wyatt Paul, number 305, still leading the field. Westover losing a little bit of ground right now, but still in a pretty strong position overall. I think he should be able to find these 5 points. Definitely going to try to put in a bit more power here in behind his effort to hold on just a little bit longer. Here comes the field now. Serge Malikian starting to move forward. Westover looks to be in control of the 5. Here comes the sprint for 3. Ooh, Sherfy on the outside. I think I got Sherfy, then Paul, and then Malikian, I believe, is the order. Outside, inside, middle, but we'll wait to confirm. As the field tries to take a break, Justin Pryor goes on the attack. And Sherfy's feeling fresh enough to try to counter and get on the wheel. Nice move here from Pryor right in the middle of the rest. Your leader, Wyatt Paul, I believe, getting 2 in the previous sprint, good for 12 points now. Westover winning that sprint. He's got 5. It's good to be in 3rd place overall in a tie now with Serge Malikian, both riders with 5. Your leader, again, Wyatt Paul with 12. Sherfy moves up to 9 points total in 2nd. Seeing 2 to go. One more big sprint to go. Can anybody challenge Wyatt Paul here at the end? It's going to be a tough one to beat. He's got about 3 points lead right now over the 2nd place rider, and he's 7 ahead of anybody else. As long as he gets some points here, he's probably got this one in the bag. Josh Sherfy in really good position also to find 2nd place himself. And here comes your final bell. It's 1 to go. Last chance for points. Kevin Ulrich, number 322, jumps out early. They'll open up just a bit of a gap here, but I think this is just kind of the preamble to the speed that might be coming. Although a good effort here from Ulrich as he continues to hold away from these other riders. He doesn't have any points yet himself, so they're not really racing against him. He might be able to take advantage of that and find the 10 here. Coming onto the home straight. Trying to dig one more last effort here. Wyatt Paul trying to get 6. Sherfy sure will jump for the 4. Won't be enough to make a difference, though, I believe, in Wyatt Paul's finishing order. He just need to have at least not allow Sherfy to get 4 more points than him in that sprint to prevent him from taking over. So with the 2 points for Wyatt Paul, you'll hold on to 1st. Sherfy will get enough to hold on to 2nd. Kevin Ulrich with 10 points. That might be enough to go all the way up to 3rd in this very contested points race. As these riders are closing up, so will we be doing the same. We are just about all done here tonight. What another lovely night of racing. Feels like it's time to go turn on the heater in the car and warm up, though. My goodness. It is still spring. And you know what? That's okay. That's why we call it the preseason around here. Folks, friends, fans of the Velodrome, thank you for making your way out here. Of course, thank you to our athletes, our officials, our support staff, our volunteers. My friends up here on the deck running the live stream, all of you viewers out there on YouTube and everybody else, thanks again for helping make tonight special and such a great time. It's our second week of preseason all done. We are done with preseason racing after tonight when it comes to Friday nights. It is the kickoff next week. Don't forget to get registered riders and, of course, set it in your calendar. You set your reminders now. 7 o'clock Friday night next week, Beverage Garden. The food trucks are here. The big show really gets underway. We can't wait to host you for the fun and all the great racing action coming here to the great, the one, the only Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.